servants of the mighty dragon stand guard in front of a large cauldron. Inside the stone container lies innocent souls, not yet lost to the dragon's control. Releasing the souls into the pit may be their only chance of salvation. But you stand disturbed. Your presence provokes a chilling moan in the chorus of souls. So we made it to the end of the first act. Remember the little cards with the numbers here represent the end of an act. So this room, the Room of Souls, is the first big finale. All right, and there's a lot going on here. So of course, let's just start at the top and work our way down. So the point of this room is that there is this cauldron back here behind these flesh molders that's full of innocent souls. And we are trying to get across the bridge to the corner of the room. We need somebody to pick up the cauldron and walk over to this pit. All right, and we're going to dump the souls into this pit and free them. Okay, if we manage to do that, pick up the souls and dump it in the pit, we get a major win. If we are unable to do this and the cauldron cracks, we get a minor win. All right, but let me go over all of the little details of this room, and then I'm going to have to think a little bit because, man, this is going to take some finesse. There's a lot of finesse in this game, which I kind of like. It's not just walk in and kill everything. Kind of refreshing. Okay, so once we get adjacent to that cauldron, we can spend 1 movement point to pick it up. Okay? As an action, the hero carrying the cauldron may move 1 space. So pretty much your whole turn is going to be pick up the cauldron and move 1 space. He cannot move or be moved through any other means. All right? So there's no way to, I don't know, teleport him or jump him or anything kooky like that. So if we are standing next to the cauldron and pick it up, and we move 1 space, that's going to put us next to the pit. We're not going to be able to toss the cauldron, okay? Because that's as far as we're going to be able to get. So part 2. As an action, or if we don't want to use our action, we can suffer 2 hearts and 2 fatigue. While we're next to the pit, we can destroy it. We cannot perform any actions other than those listed above. So I'm going to read that to say our whole turn is tossing that cauldron into the pit. Okay. Now, if we do that, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. If a hero destroys the cauldron, we discard it. That hero draws 1 search card. Hooray! And each hero receives 2 experience points. We refresh fate. We discard this exploration card. All right. So that's the major victory win right here. So here's the minor. Ready? If we're carrying the cauldron and we suffer any amount of hit point loss, okay, we're going to have to test our might, and if we fail, the cauldron cracks. All right. So any hit point loss, we have to do this characteristic test. If we fail it, the cauldron cracks. We get the minor victory condition, advance doom by 1. Discard the cauldron, and we only receive 1 experience point. We don't get a search card, and we discard this card after exploration. Okay. So here's the bad news, guys. This fabulous little line. Remember how I was so excited that we were going to get in this room and get a hero's turn first? No, because this card says as soon as you set this room up, activate the monsters. All right, so they're going to interrupt my hero's turn. After we activate these monsters, it'll go back to Sindriel's second action, and then Ash will be able to do whatever she wants. But right off the bat, these flesh molders, when we open this door, are going to see us and attack. Great. Great. Well, I guess the good news is it will be the hero phase, because that would really suck if the flesh molders activated, and then the very next thing we did was monster activation. Basically, they would go twice. Okay. So it could be worse. Let's stay positive. Could be worse. So here is what happens when we get down here, okay? 2 parts to this overlord turn. Normally what we've been doing on the overlord turn is just this bottom and adding timers, okay? We only have 3 timers and then the cauldron cracks, whether we get to it or not, and we get minor win condition, okay? Also, at each overlord activation, we're also going to be doing this. Roll a gray defense die, place 1 flesh molder adjacent to the cauldron or the hero carrying the cauldron. For each shield we roll, respecting group limits. Okay, that's interesting. Respecting group limits. So if I look on the back of this, the back of this card, is that right? I need to play Descent more. Yes, here we go. I haven't seen anything, but this is technically the group limit, right? In a 3-person game, we're allowed 2 minions and 1 master. Okay, so that's our group limit. So when it comes time to do this part of the text, if we are at 2 and 1, we're not going to add any. We're going to respect group limits. Okay, so we got to get there. Get there and pick it up is 1 whole turn. Toss it into the pit is 1 whole turn. We only have 3 turns to get there. Oh, this is ridiculous. So that means as soon as we enter the room, we have to just sprint somebody down there. We have to sprint somebody down there on their first turn, pick it up for the second, run it to the pit for the third. So this is going to be fast. There's no lollygagging on this one. Well, we can always get the minor win, right? We can always get the minor win if we need to. All right, let me get ready to activate these flesh molders. All right, so I was so excited my heroes got to go first, and it turns out they don't. The flesh molders get to go, and each flesh molder gets +1 to its speed. Okay, so we're going to start with the master. And the master says to spot the farthest hero. So spot is a new term, and it says that when a monster spots, what they're going to do is they're going to pick the target, in this one, the farthest hero. That's going to be Ash. And they're going to perform a move action and move toward the closest space that would give them line of sight. All right. If the monster already has line of sight, they're not going to spot. We're going to skip this action. Okay. If there's no space that would give the monster line of sight, we're going to spot but pick another hero. Okay. So let's see. Little Ash is way down here. I'm going to scoot this up just a skosh so you can see her. And here's this minion monster. Okay. So right now, oh dear, we have this silly line of sight problem. And the way I understand a line of sight, I hate line of sight. So you guys are going to have to correct me if I'm wrong. But let me grab a little ruler. This is the technical part of the game that's not fun. So these 2 figures have blocked these spaces, all right? And you cannot trace a line of sight directly along a blocked space. That's not allowed. You can only trace a line of sight corner to corner, all right, in an unbroken straight line. So I'm going to say that this flesh molder can't get line of sight on Ash. Because even if we move this flesh molder here, the only line of sight is going to be a straight line through 2 block spaces, which you can't have. All right. And on this angle, the flesh molder can't get there. I'm just going to make that call. If I have misinterpreted this, I apologize, but I'll be honest, I hate line of sight in this game, and I would rather just wing it and keep playing than spend like 7 years on the forums. And since there's nobody else here to argue with me except for you guys, and I can mute you, that's what I'm going to say. So I'm going to say we cannot spot Ash, who is the furthest hero. So we're going to spot the next furthest hero, and that's going to be the Widow. All right. And because we're trying to shoot through this little door, I'm going to say that this flesh molder is going to move 1. And that's going to give him undisputed line of sight on the Widow. All right. So we spotted, which means move so you get line of sight. And now we're going to attack any hero within my new line of sight as long as they have the most damage tokens. Well, that's okay, because the Widow is sitting at 6. The Widow is sitting at 6, and so is Ash. So she and Ash are actually tied for the most damage. So I'm going to say that this little flesh molder is going to shoot off a spell. All right. Now the Widow, she has ghost armor. I don't think she used it at the end of last turn. I'm going to say no. So I'm going to pull that card out really fast because we might need it. I'll just stick it here. And let's roll for the Widow. Well, now we need a range, or it needs a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. This is the Master Flesh Molder. Oh, it only rolled a 3. Hallelujah. Okay, so the first Flesh Molder shoots and misses, and it does roll a surge, but the rule for surge is that it doesn't have any range booster. All right, so it could mend itself, but it's not hurt. All right, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's the first one done. Next, let's go for this one. Spot the hero. Oh, interesting. Spot the hero the master attacked. All right, so this little guy is going to also try and get line of sight on the Widow. And I'm going to say, no, so he doesn't, I'm going to say he does not have it from where he's standing, right? Because I think this is a semi-blocked space here. Oh, man. Line of sight. Line of sight, you drive me batty. Okay, so let's see if we go from this corner. He can make it. The question is, can he shoot through that doorway? I don't know. I don't know. It looks like a partially blocked space to me. Who knows? Okay. What the heck? We'll just have him stand there and shoot. Okay, attack the hero the master attacked. Okay, let's do that. He's going to attack the hero the master attacked, and that's still the Widow. But he needs a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Woo! Lost one. Come back here. Doesn't make it. Okay, so he also misses. Let's keep going. Spot the closest hero. All right, that's going to be Sindriel. And corner to corner. All right, that one clearly I would say is line of sight. What do we do now? Attack the closest hero. All right, all right. All right, little flesh molder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, a total and complete miss. Okay. They're just too far away. Okay, the last guy is going to do this same thing. Spot the hero the master attacked. Wow, okay, this is kind of yucky. I'm glad we don't have to activate this card again. That would be No? No. Oh, I think I messed that up, didn't I? Shuckles. Because the master attacked the Widow. And I played master attack Sindriel. I shouldn't have done that, huh? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They missed range. She was even farther away. Okay, but this time we're going to get it right. Pretend like that last guy attacked the Widow and missed twice. I want to keep my misses. So this last guy is also going to attack the Widow. But he is clearly blocked on his line of sight. So I'm going to say he's going to need to move around here. So let's have him move. 1, 2. And then, thunk, line of sight right there. Spot the hero the master attacked. Attack the hero the master attacked. All right, he needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also. Ooh, that was close. He only rolled a 4. Now spot the closest. Oh, that's right. I was right. It was Sindriel. Sorry. Spot the closest hero. Now it's going to be Sindriel. Attack the closest hero. Ooh, uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, dear. That one actually went through. Wait a minute. That was not part of the plan. Okay. Luckily, we rolled a ton of shields. And, oh, darn it. I was going to say Sindriel had her shield up, but she doesn't. I stand mistaken. So we have 3 shields with 2 hearts. And he did get a surge. And the surge would give him +1 heart. So it's still not enough to do any damage. Whew, that was close. Okay, okay. I activated everybody. their turn is done. Now, finally, we're going to get to start with Sindriel's second action. Right, we are going to pick up the middle of our hero phase, okay? Sindriel has a second action left. We need to get her to that cauldron. Like, Sindriel's going to have to just sprint as fast as her little elven legs can take her. So she has a straight up movement of 4. So let's do that first, all right? Cut the corner. 1. Oh, and I should note, I gave myself back a fatigue. I don't know why, when Sindriel goes to open a door, I just get all excited and I miscount spaces. So I gave her back her fatigue. All right, 1. Nope, already I'm wrong. I can go cut a corner. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'm going to spend her last 2 fatigue here. Because remember, she only has 1 action because her other action was to open the door. And so she's going to move her final 2. 1. Is that right here? Is that right? Oh, darn it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess she only has to spend 1. Ooh, never mind. I'll take a fatigue back. Thank you. Okay, so she can't attack, but she is adjacent to the cauldron, and she's going to be my cauldron picker-upper. Okay? Her turn is over. Next up, it's going to be Ash. All right, let me get set up for her. Okay. We are going to do some fancy footwork here. Y'all are going to be impressed. Okay, here we go. So I checked the rules, and they state that during a move action, you can exchange items. You can't exchange your starting items. So any of the items that come like this, right, with that little back that's particular to your class, you can't exchange these. But anything you have found during your adventures, you can, as long as you're passing each other. Whoops. I think that was there. As long as you're passing each other, you're allowed to exchange items. So I am going to do a bunch of exchanging for this turn. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to grab the Widow's warding talisman, all right, because that's going to give extra shields, and I'm going to try and get this to Sindriel. So I'll just stick that up here. Oh, and I should say, sorry, I should note that I've switched out her weapons, okay? I took her off of her axe, refreshed her spells, and put her back on her mace because of the stun ability. I'm really loving stun. Okay, so we're going to start moving. She has a move of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now, we're going to spend our 3 fatigue. So nice not being diseased. And that's going to give us 3 more spaces. 1, 2, 3, which puts her next to these flesh molders, so she's going to stun them. And adjacent to Sindriel, so we're going to be able to pass some stuff. So Sindriel is going to get the warding and the lucky charm. Okay, give those to Sindriel. And Sindriel, in return, is going to give her the magic rune, because that's the stun one, right? Can't equip it right now, so I'm just going to turn this around just to remind me, but I've got it. We still have 1 action left, okay? And I don't want to try and kill any of these guys because they're just going to come back. I'm happy with them stunned. The master is not stunned, all right? So I'm going to take a swing at him with my iron mace and see if I can stun him. I don't want to kill him. I don't want to kill him. So Ash, pull your punches. But let's see if we can't stun him. All right, here we go. Come on, Surge. Shoot. Okay. That's okay, because we didn't kill him at least. So 2 hearts, 2 shields. The master minion does get punched. They have unfortunately a very high heal ability, so I don't think that's gonna stop him. All right, best laid plans. Okay, so that was my last. That was my last 2 hero activations. So now we're gonna go on to this one. Okay. overlord effects. Remember, we have to respect group limits, so I'm not going to roll to add any more flesh molders. We are, however, going to add 1 to our timer, and these flesh molders are going to activate again. This time, what happens? Okay, if the lava tomb is the current encounter, fabulous, we are not at the lava tomb. Instead, okay, so this is interesting. There's no color designation, so we get to decide who goes first. That's not going to be a problem because remember, both of these guys are stunned. So the only guy who's moving is the master. Spot the hero who has the most damage tokens on his sheet. I'm going to say it's either Ash or the Widow, and it makes more sense for that flesh molder to attack Ash. Remember, spot means move, so he doesn't have to move, so we're actually going to skip that. We're just going to go to attack the hero in the line of sight who has the most damage tokens. So he's going to get 2 attacks. Okay, so maybe he'll spend 1 on Ash and 1 on the Widow. Nah, probably go after Ash both times. Okay. All right, flesh molder, let's see what you're made of. Ash is wearing her shield. Good girl. First one. All right, he definitely made his range. And 1 heart, 1 shield. 1 surge. So, once again, I'm assuming he's going to do his ability first, which is mend 2. Okay, because he is injured. So he's going to spend his surge to heal himself. That's what makes these guys so tough. And he's going to do the same thing again. Do the same thing again. All right. Here we go. Oh, and it's a miss. Fabulous. That's a fabulous. Okay, good job. Good job. These flesh molders aren't so tough. This one is more about timing. Okay, so that takes care of that. We're now back to our heroes. And let's start with, I guess we could start with Ash, right? We might as well. I think what she's going to do, so here's the question. Which one do you think is better? They both stun, but this one lets me keep my shield on. Okay, so let's keep her on her iron mace. And she's going to go after this master again. I don't want her to move because I really, really, really like having those zombies frozen. As long as we can stun them, I think we're going to be okay. So let's roll her against the master. We're really, really, really looking for a surge. I would be so happy with the surge. Oh, it's a miss. She did roll a surge. Now, even though her attack missed, okay, I can spend that surge on non-attack things. So I can get back one of my fatigues, okay? My combat missed, but I still, I guess, generate some magical energy. So let's try it again. One more time. Oh, I missed again. I have the worst rolling luck. Oh no. Oh no. That was my whole plan. That was my whole plan right there. Down the drain. All right, Ash, you make me so grumpy. Let me think about who's next. All right, we're bringing up the Widow, my favorite. My favorite. Okay, and I want her to get 2 attacks off on these guys. So let's get her a little bit closer on range. I'm going to spend a fatigue and just scoot her up 1. Chink. And from there, she is going to fire up Arcane Bolt. And let's see what she can do. Let's go against the Master first. And she's going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. A range of 4. It's a little difficult. We can do this. We can do this. 1. Well, we got a bunch of surges. We're okay. We're okay because we got a bunch of surges. Oh, that was lucky. That was lucky. Okay. Panicked there for a minute. No defense, which I like. Oh, I could re-roll that one. Do I want to be greedy? I don't think I need to be greedy because I made 3, right? 1, 2, 3. So if I spend one of these surges, it gives me my missing range. Okay. Then, with my second surge, What does he got? What's his hit points at? He's at 5. Okay. It's going to be close. We're not going to quite be able to do it, but that's okay. So 2 hearts are going to get through, and I'm going to tap her Rune Master knowledge. She is going to use her second surge to spend another fatigue and get 2 more hearts. So that's 4 hearts on him. Wow. Too bad he healed himself. He would have been dead if he didn't heal himself. So he's down to 4. She has another attack. I think go for that one again. Yeah, I'm afraid he's just going to heal himself if I leave him low. So let's do it again, Widow. Let's do it again. I just need 1 heart through. All right, here we go. Awesome. We got our range of 4. We have 3 hearts, 1 shield. Fabulous. So I don't even have to spend that surge technically. So I'm going to take it back as a fatigue. All right. And she did it. Nicely done, little Widow. Now remember, this little guy, he will respawn at the end of this turn. My hope is, however, we're going to dump that cauldron before that happens. So he is a master, which means we're going to draw another card. He only has 1 base, so we're only going to put 1 heart on the loot track. But at least he's off the board. And now Ash is going to be able to keep them stunned. Sindriel is going to be able to take her time, pick up the cauldron, and dump it. All right, Sindriel, this is your moment. All right, so it's Sindriel's turn, and here's the thing. We could complete this quest right now. She could pick up the cauldron, move a space, and dump it. We would clear this encounter card. The problem is, that's the end of my hero's turn, which means during the Overlord activation, we will not have an active exploration card, and we'll have to resolve a peril card. Now, it will give us the big win, though. All right, it would give us the big win. Or we could push it. And what we can do is, we can wait, okay? Sindriel will pick up the cauldron and just stand there. If she takes any damage, we're going to get the little win. But it'll give us enough time to clear the monsters and open the door, so we'll have an active exploration card and we can avoid peril. And because it's going to come down to a roll, and I roll like a boss, I'm going to push it. So here's what we're going to do. Number 1, instead of focusing on that cauldron, we're going to push our luck. And Sindriel is going to take a little whack at this flesh molder first, using her, what is she on? Her longsword. All right, she's on her longsword. Flesh molder gets 1. Let's see if we can get lucky. Oops, I rolled too many. Flesh molder only gets 1. Oh, that was a great roll, too. Arrgh, arrgh. That was my own fault. All right. Oh, that's even better. Hey now. I like that. Okay, so I could technically force that monster to re-roll that 1 shield, or I could get through 3 hits. 1 more hit would kill it. If it didn't have that shield, it would be dead. Reroll it or not. Reroll it or not. Is there any way to give additional attacks? No. The only thing Sindriel can do with a surge is reroll the shield. Let's do it. Let's use that surge. Otherwise it goes to waste, right? Otherwise it goes. I guess I could get back a fatigue. Let's see if I can get lucky. Come on, baby. Nope. Okay. So those cancel. That flesh molder is going to take 3 hits. It was worth a try. We were close. Okay, 3 on him. Maybe he'll waste his time healing himself. And then for the second action, all she's going to do is, well, sorry, not for an action. I'm going to spend a fatigue and get a movement point. And for 1 movement point, I can pick up my cauldron. Okay? That does not take an action, just a movement point. So I still have my second action, and she is going to head for the pit. shrunk, just like this. Just like this. All right, so that's the end of my hero turn. We're going to go into the overlord turn. And we are going to, okay, this is where it's going to come down to it. Okay, whoops, sorry. Okay, so we're going to, first off, we're going to add another fatigue. And then it says, okay, here it goes. Roll 1 gray defense die. So will that master come back? Come on, baby. Oh, yes, he does come back. Arrgh. Okay, and the roll state, I hate rolling. You know what? The next game I play is going to be a card game. Place 1 flesh molder adjacent to the cauldron or adjacent to the hero carrying a cauldron. Great. So, the flesh molder's back, and I guess we can just stick him in the same spot. I mean, why not? He'll just magically reappear right there. And now we do monster activation. So these guys are going to be stunned, but this one is going to take a crack at Cindril. Oh, shoot. Okay. Each attack gains +2 range. That's not bad. Spot the hero who has the fewest damage tokens. The fewest? That's Cindril. No! Why couldn't have been the hero with the most damage? And it's spot. He's already there, so he's not going to do that. He's going to attack Cindril twice. If even a single hit goes through, we lose. We lose big time. Okay. All right. It is what it is. You take the risk. You take the risk. You roll with the punches. Here we go. First attack. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Definitely made range. And we have 1 shield. So what can we do? Mend. Oh, sorry. I'm on the bottom here. Mend. Nope. Oh, every surge is going to give 2 hearts. Oh, no. Every surge. So that means we're going to roll 2, 4, 5 hearts. We're going to take away 1 heart here. But that means we're going to roll 4 hearts. We lost it. We lost it. We can't block that much. We can only block 3. So let's check the text effect really fast. We have 1 last chance here. Excuse me. If the hero carrying the cauldron suffers any amount of damage, which he did, I think we have another one coming, don't we? So we're going to have to test his might, and if he fails, we are defeated. So this is it. We are going to have to roll for it, baby. Our might is a 4. Here we go. Here we go. We made it. We made it. We made it. We made it. Okay. Okay. Cindril was strong enough to take this hit. So the question is, I'm just going to have her take the hit points so I can, because we have another attack coming through and I think we need all of that shield. So let's go ahead and just give her a hit of 4s. So that's going to be 6, 5, 4, 3. Wow, we are barely holding on. We are barely holding on. And the flesh molder gets to go again for a second attack. Blue, a yellow, and a gray. And maybe not so many surges this time, flesh molder. That was a little painful. Okay. Okay, that's much better. All right. 1 surge. That's going to get 2. So let's just use our warding talisman. We'll discard that. And the attack will not go through. Wow, that was painful. That was probably unwise, but... Okay, but we survived. We survived monster activation because the other guys are stunned. So we're done. It's our turn. Let's see if we can recover from this disastrous round. Okay, we're going to start with Ash. And she is going to come through for me. She is going up against that Master Flesh Molder. She is re-equipping her battle axe because we don't care about the stun anymore, right? Cindril's dropping that cauldron. We need some damage. So she's going to take a swing here. See how she does. Oh, she did good. Okay. Okay, she did good. Awesome. Because, remember, we have Pierce. I think she killed him. So with this surge, I'm going to take that to give me an additional pierce. So that's going to give me 2 pierce, which is going to negate those hearts, which means 4 are going to get through. That's awesome. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, who should she hit next? So many choices. Okay, let's go for... Well, the widow will be able to probably take out that guy. Maybe she'll try and just take out this guy altogether. Let's go up against the little dude next with the axe. Let's take a chomp at him. Ooh, whoops. Oh, I rolled the same thing again. Okay, woo, that was a lot of shields for this little guy. But again, we got our surge, so that's going to give us a pierce of 2, so we'll negate 2 of these shields, which means only 1 gets through. Oh, I should have done my blessed strike. Oh, maybe I'll, that's okay. That's okay. I didn't do it. I'll do it next turn. Okay, so a pierce of 2. 1 shield gets through. 1 heart on this flesh molder. That's great because they will try and mend themselves before they attack. So because they're all wounded now, that's going to slow them down. Okay. Okay, Ash is done. All right, let's dump this cauldron. Let's get this over. So this little card says, as an action, the hero carrying the cauldron may destroy it. Now, he cannot perform any other actions other than those listed above. So as long as Cindril is carrying that cauldron, the only thing she can do is move toward the pit and dump. I'm going to say once she dumps, however, she's still going to have her second action. That seems to make sense to me. So we are going to have her, for the first action, dump the pit full of innocent souls and free them. And then for her second action, she's going to whip around here, rink, and do her best to take out this flesh molder with her sword. Man, I miss her arcane bolt. That was so much better than this sword. I really need to get her a better weapon. All right, here we go. Ready? You only need 1 hit to get through. You only need 1 hit. Ugh. Or we can totally miss. That works too. We can totally miss. All right, so the last turn, this is going to be easy because remember, now that we've dumped the cauldron, oh, I guess I should have done this first. The hero that destroys the cauldron, we discard it. That hero draws 1 search card, and it is a power potion. Flip this card over to re-roll some or all of your dice after performing an attack. Hey, that's kind of nice. I'll take a power potion. All right. And each hero receives 2 experience points. All right, so we're going to get to pick some new abilities. And I'm so picking up Cure Disease. All right, but we'll do that. We'll do that at the end of a turn here. Let's finish up with our heroes. Refresh Fate, not a problem. Discard this exploration card, and that means we got to get to that door. So I'm not even going to switch out my character sheets because it is very clear what's going to happen next. The widow needs to make a run for it. All right, so she has 4 movements. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Puts her right here on this pile of hearts. She happens to have 2 fatigue that she is going to spend. 1, oops, sorry. I apologize. 2. And then with her second action, you guys know how this works. She's going to open that door. So I think I'm going to leave you here at this point in the playthrough, and here's why. We finished the first act, all right? And remember, there are only, what did I say, like 12 of these cards, and I don't want to show you all of them. I feel like that would ruin some of the surprise if you're interested in playing. But things we could have gone through is the Shiny Corridor, the Treasure Vault, ooh, the big finale, sorry, that was Throne of the Fallen. Remember, we saw so many monster activation cards that referred to that. Tunnel's End, Hall of Riddles, the Deadly Kennel. I'm glad I missed that. The second act was called The Lava Tomb. And then The Lengthy Sewers, okay? At the end of the second act, you're going to get 3 experience points. And you're going to transition to Act 2. And what you do at this point is that the shop cards, you upgrade your shop cards. So when you're doing the loot track, you're no longer pulling from level 1 shop cards, you're pulling from level 2. But the other thing you do is you upgrade all of your monsters, all right? So you take all of your monsters from a level 1 and you're going to upgrade them to a level 2 as well. So it does get a little bit harder, but I don't want to show you everything. I mean, I guess I could play a couple more, but I think this is a good place to stop, right? Right? You guys want to see what happens yourself. I really enjoy this playthrough. I don't know how many times you could play it, because I think, you know, after a while you would know the tricks of what you need to do for each room. But what I think is really nice about this, okay, is this is a great way to test characters. This is a great way to test skills, because if you're like me, probably the hardest part, especially if you're going to start a campaign for Descent with like a gaming group, those of you lucky enough to have one, the hardest part is picking these darn skills, knowing which ones work well, which ones combo well. If you're making a group, what's the synergy like? The great thing I think about this little solo cooperative expansion is you can run a bunch of characters that maybe you wouldn't play. You can pull a couple of skills that maybe you've always passed on and see how they work. Instead of trolling the forums looking for the best build it yourself. It's not going to take that long. You're going to know pretty quick what you like and what you don't like. And I don't know about you, but because I had the original Descent, I bought that conversion kit. And so every character, every hero from the original Descent, I can play in Descent too. I've got like 50 heroes. There's no way I'm going to play 50 heroes. That's just never going to happen, right? I'm never going to get people to play with me that often. But I can take out those heroes' character sheets from the original Descent and run them through this game and see how their special abilities work. I didn't do this, but in the rules it says that this heroic feat, you're only allowed to do this once during this entire scenario, right? You use it once, you flip it, and you're done. You're done. This is a one-off. So I never used it. But you could, if you're running characters just to see how they work, you could absolutely use this early on just to see the kind of effect it has. So for play testing characters, for play testing leveling up experience points, for play testing weapons, wow, this is cool. This is really a cool little expansion. I don't know, I think you could play it 3 or 4 times with different characters and not get bored. If you pulled it out once a year, how much are you going to remember? I know I won't. And for, what was it, $10? Why not? If you've invested in Descent, why not pick this up? I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. I am going to play a card game next because I am done with rolling people. And I have to give a shout out to my youngest daughter who came in and helped talk strategy with me. I don't know if you could tell, she was sitting over here waving frantically at me whenever I made mistakes. So all mistakes are my own. All the ones that were caught were from her strategic little mind. And that is, my friends, yeah, Forgotten Souls. Forgotten Souls run through for you of the first act. If you're interested, pick it up, play the rest. Thanks, guys. Catch you next time.